This is becoming a habit. Making videos in my car. This morning, I am making a video about the Comfortess in my mother's series of videos. And this is actually part 4 of 7. And I was asking about that, like, I'm not going to do it in order. Like, maybe that'll bug people, but that's just the way I roll, I guess. And so this morning in my prayer closet, as I was pondering this video and what I could share of my mother, Comfortess, and I just asked her, like, I don't have a name for you. You know, we have all these names for our holy ones, and she has a title, you know, the Comfortess or the Holy Spiritess or the Holy Ghostess. I've heard people, I remember the first time I had a conversation with someone about her, and like that the other woman my friend called her the Holy Ghostess, and I was like, cool, to each their own, I guess. And because I was thinking about names, like the names of our holy ones, because our littlest baby, she has started saying mum, 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 like when she's calling me. And my kids, you know, they say mom or mom or mother or, you know, mom. There's all these different ways that they call me, and I can answer them like depending on how they call me. I can learn a lot by the tone of their voice or the word that they're using. And so I believe they receive every name that we call them, and it expands their learning and their ability to serve and bless us. And I think it's even kind of fun to them. At least that's my experience. My understanding is like, they're like, wow, thank you. Like, that's so creative. You know, they're not offended by anything. They're just like, oh, okay, yeah, let's see how that works out for you. You know, to call me that. And so I was just asking her, like, because some of my very sacred titles of her are peace. She is peace. And so anytime in the scriptures when you see the word peace, then it can refer to her. Another one is harmony, and the way that we can all blend together but still hear our own voice. That's like the Spiritess weaving. She's a weaver. And I think I said this in the video maybe about her and the Holy Ghost as a pair, that Genesis 1, that when it talks about the Spirit moving in the deep, and that also could be translated, depending on how you point the Hebrew text, it could be talking about a great spirit who is weaving a net. And people who I know who can see energy, like light, they say we're all connected in this beautiful net. And that's what she does. She orchestrates our relationships and the timing of things before we reach the first veil. She helps us to plan. She's kind of like, I remember one of the very first things that I learned about her, and they use my past experience to teach me, you know, so this is my learning. I don't know if anybody else anywhere believes this, but to me she's kind of like Yenta. in Fiddler on the Roof, you know, the matchmaker. I got to be Yenta in a play in high school, and she's like that. She helps us to decide who we want to be here, the light we want to shine, the people who we could serve and would best serve us to be interconnected with. So she is a guide for us to that first veil when we come here. And we can learn about her with the wind. I remember this one time our fifth was kind of fussy during church, and so I got up and left, and I didn't want to wander the halls because there were other parents also wandering the halls, and so I just went outside, and I was standing underneath this tree, and it was the summertime, and I was just looking up at the leaves and pondering about trees as a symbol of my mother's. And I asked her, "Where art thou in this?" And the wind blew through the trees and moved all the leaves in unison, each their own way, but you could see where the wind was moving. I mean, wind can move through rock. You know, have you ever been to like arches or places where the wind tunnels through? It's powerful, but not in like a... I mean, it is a force, but it's like, you can't see it, but you can see the effects of it. And to me, the Holy Ghost is like air, like the breath of life is the Spirit, you know? And so she is like the wind. And so now whenever chimes that get blown by the wind, if we listen, we can hear her in the wind. And if we watch, we can see her in the wind. That's what I learned that day standing underneath that tree with my baby in my arms. He had fallen asleep by then. So she's like the wind. And my experience with her is, whereas my mother's like Heavenly Mother and Mary, Mother Mary, their hair is like lusciously flowing. You know, my hair is kind of interesting this morning. Dehydration from nursing will do that to you. But anyway, their hair is just like beautifully luscious and flowing all around their faces. The Comfortess wears her hair back, like she's got a labor to perform. And so she is like, whew. But at the same time, she's more of a grandmother figure to me. And anyway, so this morning in my closet, when I was saying, what name can I call you by? And I was just pondering her, how she is purity and she is clarity. And then I just felt this like, and I knew for me that I can call her Claire. And with tears in my eyes and gratitude just overflowing in my heart, I rejoice to call her by that name for me, for her. It's like, I guess now I've shared it with all of you, so it can't just be like for me. Whoever is watching this even. Or whoever will someday watch this. My sister-in-law, I shared one of my videos with her and she said, what a beautiful record for your children, your grandchildren. As long as the internet lasts, I guess. So she is my Claire, my guide, my comfortess, the wind through my hair. I think that's all I'll say. I hope you have a beautiful day.